ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भा शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमा अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ता वन्दे गुरुपरम्परा वन्दे गुरुपरम्परा। ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 ॐ नमः शिवाय। हर नमः पार्वतीपतये हर हर महादेव शम्भो शङ्कर। दया करो भगवान शंकर कृपा करो भगवान। दया करो भगवान शंकर कृपा करो भगवान। त्रिशूलधारी त्रिनेत्रधारी गंगाधारी दया करो। त्रिशूलधारी त्रिनेत्रधारी गंगाधारी दया करो। दया करो भगवान शंकर कृपा करो भगवान। पार्वती रमना पन्नग भूषण विभूति शंकर दया करो। पार्वती रमना पन्नग भूषण विभूति शंकर दया करो। दया करो भगवान शंकर कृपा करो भगवान। चंद्रशेखरा चंद्रकलाधर श्रीनीलकंठा दया करो। चंद्रशेखरा चंद्रकलाधर श्रीनीलकंठा दया करो। दया करो भगवान शंकर कृपा करो भगवान। जय परमेश्वर जय जगदीश्वर कैलासवासा दया करो। जय जगदीश्वर जय परमेश्वर कैलासवासा दया करो। दया करो भगवान शंकर कृपा करो भगवान। दया करो भगवान शंकर कृपा करो भगवान, कृपा करो भगवान। हर नमः पार्वती पतये, हर हर महादेव, शंभो शंकर। बोलिए श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। विवेक चूड़ामणि। सर्ववेदान्त सिद्धान्त गोचरं तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्, सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। Saints and sages, they are like spring season. वसंतवत् लोक हितं चरन्तः, शान्तः महान्तः निवसन्ति सन्तः. Those who are peaceful and those who are magnanimous, means those who are having Lord heartedness. Nivasanti santah, saintly souls, they are. Vasantavat lokahitam charantaha. How that spring season will give joy to everyone and fills the entire atmosphere with joy and happiness. In the same way, Mahatmas, wherever they will be, wherever they may be moving, around them, the atmosphere will be filled with divinity, knowledge, happiness and peace. Tirnaha swayam bhima bhavarnavam, on their own themselves, they cross over the ocean of samsara. Bhava means to become. All the time, person will not be satisfied to be in the state where he is. All the time he wants to become something else. So this is called, sometimes it is called bhava roga, bhava arnava, or bhava kopa also. So here bhava arnavam, this is crossed over by great Mahatmas, and they are not selfish at all. When once they have crossed over this ocean of change, of birth and death cycle, they will help others also to cross over that. Janan anyan api tarayantaha ahetuna, without any motive, without any cause, just because of their compassion, out of love, they will help others to receive this knowledge so that they can come out from the ignorance. They can cross over the ocean of bondage and sorrow. In the sloka number 38, yesterday we have seen, Ayam swabhavaha swataha eva. This kind of nature is very natural for great Mahatmas. It's not created or it's not artificial. By nature, they will be having that readiness to help others. Eva yet parasrama apanoda pravanam, means they are very ready, very having that eagerness to help others, those who are undergoing suffering. They will be removing the trouble and suffering of others. Mahatmanam, for them this is quite natural quality. Sudhamshu eva swayam arka karkasha prabhavitaptam avatikshitim kila. How that moon will give cool rays, how that moon will make earth, that which is heated up by the scorching rays of the sun, that moon will make that earth become cool. In the same way, Mahatmas also will give happiness, joy to others. They will help others all the time to come out from their miserable condition. In the next sloka, Adi Shankaracharya again, his heart is filled with so much bhava. So he is expressing that kind of bhava, that emotion, in poetic way. Beautifully it is put into words. In fact, right translation is not possible of this sloka. Sanskrit words are like that. They are having their own beauty, and any kind of translation will not be equal to them. And that too, if it is in poetry, it's almost very difficult to put into translation words. We will try our level best to understand, but while reading only we can get that flavor of wonderful poetry written by Pujya Adi Shankaracharya ji. In this sloka, 39th sloka, that disciple, again he is praying and he is requesting Guru Mahatma, please save me and please protect me from this bondage of samsara by your nectarine words. So this is the gist of this sloka. We will read this sloka, slowly try to follow this. And this is a little bit lengthy also. This changes is different. ब्रह्मानन्दरसानुभूति कलितैः पूतैः सुशीतैर्युतैः ब्रह्मानन्दरसानुभूति कलितैः पूतैः सुशीतैर्युतैः युष्मद्वाक्कलशोञ्जितैः श्रुतिसुखैर्वाक्यामृतैः सेचया युष्मद्वाक्कलशोञ्जितैः श्रुतिसुखैर्वाक्यामृतैः सेचया सन्तप्तं भवतापदावदहन ज्वालाभिरेणं प्रभो सन्तप्तं भवतापदावदहन ज्वालाभिरेणं प्रभो धन्यास्ते भवदीक्षणक्षणगते पात्रीकृता स्वीकृताः धन्यास्ते भवदीक्षणक्षणगते पात्रीकृता स्वीकृताः. Very beautiful words. ब्रह्मानंद रसानुभूति कलितैः पूतैः सुशीतैर्युतैः. Long words used. Brahma Ananda, that which is experienced by the realized master when he came to know his own self is all pervading Brahma Swarupa. When that realized master got that Atma Sakshatkara, he will experience Brahma Ananda. Here Brahmananda is not the Ananda of Brahmaji creator in Satyaloka. Here Brahmananda is beyond all kinds of upadis, that which is experienced. Generally what will be happening when we want to experience any happiness, we are experiencing through our senses. That upadi may be gross or subtle in this world or in another world or higher worlds also. How we are experiencing happiness? By receiving Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, sound, taste, smell, etc. through our senses, our eyes, ears, nose, etc. By tasting delicious food, etc. So by all these things we are getting happiness. So to experience that happiness we require sense objects, senses and mind and intellect also. So these equipments, upadis are required. But here what here it is said, Brahmananda, this Ananda is not experienced through the senses. It is not coming from the sense objects. To experience this Brahmananda, all these upadis, conditionings and equipments are not at all required. When that Mahatma will go beyond all these equipments, when he will be meditating, while meditation means sadhaka level we are talking. That time what that sadhaka did, it's na iti, not this one, not this one. So when he negated everything, whatever remaining, that is Brahma Swarupa. So that Brahma Swarupa is blissful, Ananda Swarupa. So that Ananda is permanent and peaceful. That Ananda is not depending upon any kind of thing. That Ananda is not depending upon Vastu or Paristhiti or Vyakti. It's not depending on object or situation or person. Generally, we will be experiencing happiness based upon all these equipments and based upon all these Vyakti, Vastu, Paristhiti. When all these things are conducive, then we experience happiness. Otherwise, sorrow only. Here, Brahmananda, one word used, so beautiful. This Ananda is beyond words. It is not the emotion of the mind. It's not like temporary kind of happiness. So this Brahmananda is nothing but our own self, Satchidananda Swarupa. Brahmananda Rasanubhuti. Rasa Anubhuti. Anubhuti means experience. Rasa Anubhuti, the joy of that Brahmananda. Brahmananda Rasanubhuti Kalitaihi. That Ananda is Rasa Anubhuti, it's like a nectarine kind of happiness, bliss. Anubhuti Kalitaihi. Brahmananda Rasanubhuti Kalitaihi. Honeyed by the enjoyment of the wonderful bliss of the Brahman. No words, in fact, beyond words. Amrita Swarupa, Ananda Swarupa. With that, Putaihi. Putaihi means with pure, with purity. Putaihi, by pure. Here, Brahmananda Rasanubhuti Kalitaihi, Putaihi, Sushitaihi, Yutaihi, all these words are in instrumental case. Third vibhakti, Tritiya vibhakti, by, like that. By the honeyed, by the enjoyment of the blissful state of Brahman, experience of that Brahmananda, Putaihi, by pure, means not at all adulterated or not at all contaminated by any other thing, Shuddha Swarupa, by pure, Sushitaihi. Sushitaihi means it's very cool. It's how we can say Sushitaihi. It's very soothing and cooling. Sita is in a cooling. Susitaihi, with cooling kind of. Susitaihi, Yutaihi, all these adjectives have been used for the nectarine words of Guru Mahatma, speech of Guru Mahatma. So, Susitaihi, Yutaihi, Yutaihi means with them. With cooling, like that. Yushmat Vakya Kalasonjitaihi. Yushmat. In Sanskrit, Asmad, Yushmat words are there. Yushmat means yours. Yours means here Guru Mahatmas. Yushmat, from you, like that. Yushmat. Vak Kalasonjitaihi. Vak, speech, means Guru Mahatma's words are coming from his mouth. It's like Kalasha, the pot, decorated pot, that pitcher, water pot. We use for Purna Kumbha, etc. Whenever we do pujas, etc., we put that Kalasha. So, Kalashonjitaihi. Here, Kalashonjitaihi means sprinkling, means a Chechaya word is there in the next line. Kalashonjitaihi means filled with in that Kalasha. Here, Guru Mahatma's that nectarine words are coming from his mouth. These words are filled with Brahmananda Swarupa and very pure in nature and very cooling. All these words are coming from the mouth of Guru Mahatma. Here, the comparison has been given. It is coming out from the sacred pot. Sacred pot, Kalasha. His mouth is like a sacred pot, Kalasha. And from that Kalasha, it's coming out like that. The comparison has been given. And Sruti Sukhaihi. Here Sruti means ears. Sruti means ears. Sruti Sukhaihi means when the words coming from the mouth of Guru Mahatma, each and every word is like that. It's giving so much joy to the disciple. So Sruti Sukhaihi, it's very pleasing to the ears. Not karkasha, it's not very harsh like that. So very sweet and very pure. very cooling kind of words, very pleasant to the ears. Shruti Sukaihi Vakyamrutaihi. Wow, wow. How Shankaracharya ji is using these words. So beautiful. Vakya Amrutaihi. Guru Mahatma's words are like Amruta, nectar. This Amruta is not Amruta received by Devatas when they have done that, they did Kshira Sakara Matana, they churned that milky ocean, Devatas and Dhanavas, and Devatas, they received that Amruta. But that Amruta is not, in fact, a permanent kind of, eternal kind of Amruta. Here, the Vakyamruta is really going to give liberation, and going to give liberation from birth and death cycle. So here Vakya Amrutaihi. Vakya Amrutaihi means by the words of nectar, nectarine words. Shruti Sukaihi, delightful to the ears. Vakya Amrutaihi, the nectarine like speech. Sechaya, Sechaya, please sprinkle. Here sprinkle means not little bit water. Here that disciple, he is asking, requesting, praying, Guru, Master, you shower, you pour upon me, shower upon me. Completely I want to drench in that cooling, pure nectarine speech of yours, that which is coming from that sacred part. And these words are not ordinary kinds of words, one quote or here and there, that Mahatma heard, not like that. It's Brahmananda Rasa Anubhuti Kalitai, that Guru Mahatma, he himself is enjoying a lot. He is experiencing that happiness and peace and pouring out like that. So Mahatma, please let me drench in that one. Please, Sechaya, please sprinkle. Sprinkle means please pour out. Let me drench in that nectarine speech of rain, speech of nectarine, speech of divine shower. When that person is in summer season, person went outside, and in the midday he was in the outside place and wandering here and there. After some time he came back to home. How that person feels? Immediately he wants to take a bath with cool water, and he wants to drink cool water like that. It's very nice now. He feels like that after receiving that. So in the same way, here this disciple is being burnt up, but it's like that, undergoing such kind of pain and heat because of these bondages and sorrows in this world. So he is requesting Guru Mahatma, please let me receive such kind of divine shower. Santaptam, next line you can see, third line. Santaptam. Santaptam means it's tormented, very much. It's undergoing all kinds of sufferings and difficulties. Santaptam, it's almost roasted like that, heated up. Because of what? Bhava, tapa, dava, dahana, jwalabhihi. Earlier also we have seen similar kind of thought when that disciple approached Mahatma, Guru, Master. He expressed that he was undergoing such kind of difficulty. It's like he was in the forest fire of samsara. So here also, bhava, tapa, dava, dahana. Bhava, to become something else what he is not. This is, we can say, biggest kind of disease, bhava. Person always will be expecting something else what he is not. I want to get that one, I want to become like this, I want to be like this, like that, I want to be in some other position like that. So bhava, tapa, tapa is difficulty, klesha. Bhava, tapa, dava, dahana. like Davadahana, burned by the forest fire. Tapa means afflictions, difficulties. Bhavatapa, it's earthly afflictions, earthly difficulties in this world undergoing. Bhavatapa, Dava, Dahana, Jwalabhihi. Jwalabhihi means all flames kind of things, fire. So that disciple, he is saying, oh Guru Mahatma, I am completely, it's burning apart, it's roasted in the heat of fire of that samsara, in this world undergoing so many afflictions, difficulties. So yenam means this, jwalabihi plus yenam, this man means me, yenam means, hey Prabhu, this is vocative case sambodhana, hey Prabhu, oh Master, oh Lord, you are the Lord of everything. Prabhu, please protect me. Sechaya, sprinkle the nectarine drops, nectarine shower, not drops, nectarine shower upon me. And in the last line he's saying, Dhanyaha te. Dhanyaste, what is then? Dhanyaha, those who are blessed indeed, those who are fortunate indeed. Dhanyaha, blessed. Te means are those who are the blessed people. Bhava Dikshana Kshanagatehe. Those are blessed, those who have received your glance, even for the moment of thy glance. Even for the moment means even just passing glance. Those who have received your even passing glance, Kataksha Vikshana, they are blessed. Their entire tapa will be removed. Patri Krutaha means who have been made the recipients, means those who are deserve to receive your blessings. Patri Krutaha. Another meaning is you made others to be deserve to receive these kind of blessings. Svikrutaha, who are blessed indeed. Svikrutaha means who have been taken under your protection, means whom you have accepted. Indeed, they are blessed. See, we may be thinking he is my guru like that, but whether that master accepted us as disciple or not, if one's master in his heart he accepted us as his disciples, then we are blessed. So whoever received your glance, your compassionate glance, and whoever are under your protection, means received by you and owned by you, those who are very close to your heart, Dhanyahate, they are very blessed indeed. It means, Guru Mahatma, please accept me. Please make me deserve to receive such kind of blessings. So in this sloka, the disciple is requesting, praying, Guru Mahatma, I am undergoing so many kinds of difficulties in this world. Even though sometimes receiving here and there little bit joy and happiness, but those also are bad. Hidden in them, dukkha only, all are temporary only. So please release me from worldly kind of afflictions by your nectarine shower of your speech, that which is Brahmananda Rasa Anubhuti. That speech is not ordinary kind of speech. So many people from morning till night, from their birth to death, go on using their speech, organ of speech, and so many people will be go on talking, but your speech is special. Why? Because your speech is filled with knowledge, filled with divinity. Your words are giving happiness, peace, joy to others, cooling others, sweet words. Please let me receive such kind of wonderful words. It's like coming from out of that sacred pot from Kalasha. Please say Chaya, please sprinkle upon me. Let me drench in that shower upon me. Blessings. Because I'm undergoing such kind of burning pain in me. Please let me come out from that. Let me become Dhanya Purusha by receiving your blessings. Please accept me as your own person. Please let me be under your umbrella of protection. Please. So this is wonderful prayer done by Shishya. And our Puja Adi Shankaracharya, he put in such beautiful poetic form. Once we will read this sloka. If you can try to memorize this sloka very beautifully. ब्रह्मानन्दरसानुभूति कलितैः पूतैः सुशीतैर्युतैः युष्मद्वाकलशोञ्जितैः श्रुतिसुखैर्वाक्यामृतैः सेचया सन्तप्तं भवतापदावदहन ज्वालाभिरेणं प्रभो धन्यास्ते भवदीक्षणक्षणगते पात्रीकृता स्वीकृता. Next sloka number 40. कथं तरेयं भवसिन्धुमेतं कथं तरेयं भवसिन्धुमेतं कावागतिर्मे कथमोऽस्युपायः कावागतिर्मे कथमोऽस्युपायः जाने न किञ्चित् कृपयाव मां प्रभो जाने न किञ्चित् कृपयाव मां प्रभो संसारदुःखक्षितिमातनुष्व संसारदुःखक्षितिमातनुष्व. Tomorrow we will see the meaning of this sloka. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutangamaya. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. మహాత్ములైనటువంటి వారు, శాంత స్వభావులైనటువంటి వారు, అందరి యొక్క హితాన్ని కోరేటువంటి వారు వసంత ఋతువులాగా ఈ లోకంలో పర్యటిస్తూ అందరికీ ఆనందాన్ని అందిస్తూ ఉంటారు. అటువంటి మహాత్ముల యొక్క అనుగ్రహం పొందినటువంటి వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా ఆ మహాత్ములు ఈ భవసాగరాన్ని దాటినటువంటి వారు, వాళ్ళ అనుగ్రహాన్ని పొందినటువంటి వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా ఆ సంసార సాగరాన్ని దాటడము జరుగుతుంది. ఆ మహాత్ములు వాళ్ళ యొక్క స్వార్థం మాత్రం చూసుకోకుండా వాళ్ళు పొందినటువంటిది ఇతరులు కూడా ఉన్నతమైనటువంటి స్థితిని పొందాలని కోరుకుంటూ వాళ్ళందరికీ కూడా సహాయం చేయడము జరుగుతుంది. ఈ సహాయం ఏ విధంగా ఉంటుంది అంటే కృత్రిమైనటువంటిది కాదు. ఈ సహాయం చేసేటువంటి గుణము వాళ్ళకి చాలా సహజమైనటువంటిది. మహాత్ముల సహజ గుణమే పరోపకారం. పరోపకారార్థమిదం శరీరం అని చెప్తారు కదా. సో ఇక్కడ వచ్చేసి ఆదిశంకరాచార్యుల వారు 37-38 శ్లోకాల్లో గురు మహాత్ముల యొక్క, సాధు సంతుల యొక్క ఔన్నత్యాన్ని, గొప్పతనాన్ని గురించి చెప్తూ ఉన్నారు. ఏ విధంగా అయితే చంద్రుడు బాగా వేడెక్కి ఉన్నటువంటి భూమిని చల్లపరుస్తారో ఆయన కిరణాలతో, అదే విధంగా మహాత్ములు వాళ్ళ యొక్క కరుణా కటాక్ష వీక్షణాలతో, అమృత వాక్కులతో అవతలి వ్యక్తి హృదయంలో ఉన్నటువంటి దుఃఖాన్ని, తాపాన్ని, బాధని తొలగించి ప్రశాంతతని, ఆనందాన్ని నింపడం జరుగుతుంది. 39వ శ్లోకంలో పూజ్య ఆదిశంకరాచార్యుల వారు ఆయన కవితా ధోరణిలో అద్భుతమైనటువంటి కవిత్వంతో ఉన్నతమైనటువంటి బ్రహ్మతత్వాన్ని పొందాలి అనుకునేటువంటి ముముక్షువు ఏ విధంగా గురువు గారిని ఆశ్రయించి ప్రార్థిస్తున్నారు అన్నటువంటిది అద్భుతంగా వర్ణన చేసి ఉన్నారు. బ్రహ్మానందము అనేటువంటి అనుభూతితో కూడిన అమృత ప్రాయమైనటువంటి బ్రహ్మానంద రస అనుభూతి కలితై. ఈ బ్రహ్మానందం అన్నటువంటిది ప్రాపంచిక ఆనందం లాంటిది కాదు, తాత్కాలికమైంది కాదు, ఇంద్రియ మనోబుద్ధుల ద్వారా వచ్చేటువంటిది, ప్రాపంచిక విషయాలు శబ్ద స్పర్శ రూప రస గంధాతుల ద్వారా వచ్చేటువంటిది కాదు, ఈ ఉపాధులన్నింటికంటే అతీతమైనటువంటిది. ఇది కాదు ఇది కాదు అన్ని ఈ విధంగా పరిత్యజించిన తరువాత ఏది మిగిలి ఉంటుందో అది బ్రహ్మస్వరూపం. ఆ ఆత్మ సాక్షాత్కార స్థితిని పొంది బ్రహ్మానందాన్ని పొందుతూ ఉన్నటువంటి, తనలో తాను ఆనందాన్ని అనుభవిస్తూ ఉన్నటువంటి మహాత్ముని యొక్క ఆ బ్రహ్మానంద స్వరూపమైనటువంటి సారభూతమై ఉన్నటువంటివి పూతై శుద్ధమైనటువంటి పవిత్రమైనటువంటివి, సుశీతై అంటే చల్లగా ఉన్నటువంటి, ఇక్కడ చల్లదనము అంటే విన్న వెంటనే మనస్సుకి ప్రశాంతత ఆనందం కలిగించేటువంటి యుష్మద్వాక్ కలశోంచితై, మీ యొక్క వాక్కు కలశము అనేటి వాక్కు నుండి వెలువడినటువంటి శృతి సుఖై, చెవులకి చాలా ఇంపుగా ఆనందాన్ని కలిగించేటువంటి వాక్యామృతై, అమృత తుల్యమైనటువంటి వాక్కులతో సేచయ నన్ను ద్రవింపచేయండి, నన్ను కనికరించండి, నా మీద వాటన్నింటినీ వర్షింపచేయండి. సేచయ అంటే వర్షింపచేయండి. ఆ అమృతప్రాయమైన వాక్కులని కురిపించండి, అంటే నాలో ఉన్నటువంటి బాధని అజ్ఞానాన్ని తొలగించండి. సంతప్తం భవతాపదావదహన జ్వాలాభిః ఏనం, నేను ఉన్నటువంటి పరిస్థితి ఎంత దయనీయంగా ఉంది అంటే, ఎంత ఇబ్బందికర పరిస్థితి అంటే, ఈ భవతాపము అనేటువంటి దావాగ్ని, అడవిలో ఉన్నటువంటి అగ్ని చెట్లను దహిస్తూ ఉన్నట్లుగా, అడవినంతా కాల్చుతూ ఉన్నట్లుగా ఈ భవ అగ్ని అన్నటువంటిది నన్ను తపింపచేస్తూ ఉంది. అనేక బాధలు కష్టాలన్నీ అనుభవించాల్సి వస్తుంది. సుఖ దుఃఖాలు ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఎప్పుడు ఇలాగే ఉంటున్నాయి, ఎన్ని జన్మ పరంపరలు ఉన్నా కూడా. అందుకోసమని నన్ను అనుగ్రహించండి, మీ అమృత వాక్కుల ద్వారా నన్ను తరింపచేయండి. హే ప్రభు, ఎవరైతే మీ యొక్క కరుణా కటాక్ష వీక్షణాలని ఒక్క క్షణమైనా పొంది ఉంటారో, అద్భుతమైన వాక్కు ఇక్కడ పదాలు ఉపయోగించారు. భవదీక్షణ క్షణగతేహే, కరుణా కటాక్ష వీక్షణాలు క్షణప్రాయమైన ఒక్క క్షణమైనా సరే ఎవరి మీదైతే ప్రసరిస్తాయో ధన్యాహ తే, అటువంటి వారే ధన్యులు. పాత్రీకృతాహ స్వీకృతాహ, పాత్రీకృతాహ అంటే ఎవరైతే వాటిని పొందటానికి అర్హులై ఉంటారో అటువంటి వారు. అంతేకాకుండా స్వీకృతాహ, ఎవరైతే వాటిని స్వీకరిస్తారో, ఇంకొక అర్థం వచ్చేసి ఎవరైతే మీ చేత స్వీకరింపబడి ఉంటారో. మహాత్ములే మనల్ని అర్హులుగా చేయాలి, మహాత్ములే మనల్ని వాళ్ళ యొక్క రక్షణ కవచంలోనికి తీసుకోవాలి. వాళ్ళ అనుగ్రహ రక్షణలో ఉన్నటువంటి వాళ్ళకి ఏ విధమైనటువంటి భయము, బాధ, దిగులు ఏవి ఉండవు. ఈ జనన మరణ సంసార చక్రము నుండి దాటడానికి ఇంకొక మార్గమే లేదు. ఆ సద్గురువు యొక్క కటాక్ష వీక్షణాలే శరణం శరణం శరణం. తరువాత శ్లోకము, దాని అర్థము రేపటి రోజున చెప్పుకుందాం. 40వ శ్లోకం గురించి. ఓం శాంతి శాంతి శాంతి. హరి ఓం. శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. హరి ఓం.